Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. So this video was actually inspired by a recent poll that 402 Thunder put up, and I'm going to put it here on screen for you, so that way you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see, the poll itself asks, will multiplayer ever be relevant again in hashtag Call of Duty? And the majority of people voted no at 83.1%, and the minority was 16.9% at a yes, as of the time of this recording, which was 14 with 14 hours left in the vote, and 1,861 votes accounted for already. I'm sure there's going to be a hell of a lot more. So let's talk about it. Now, obviously, it makes a lot of sense as to why most people would say no. There's definitely, and for the most part, I actually have to say that I actually agree. I voted yes because the positivity in me basically believes that after maybe some time, who knows if it's popular enough, kind of like what happened with the Snyderverse or whatnot in the Justice League movie that we got, and who knows, we might even get more now. I mean, some people are starting to talk about it, starting to make waves. It's the most popular, the most popular thing out of everything that's been released in terms of, I think, sales on DVD, and then some more things as well on the streaming services. But the question I'm having is, can Call of Duty have that same kind of result? Because we got SM Squared that's being developed right now. Hopefully it'll come out in 2022 at some point. And what the developers of SM Squared are basically trying to do is basically what all of us Call of Duty fans have kind of been wanting, like a combination of a little bit of everything, of the best parts all put into one package, and with all of the bullshit removed and filtered out of the game, and you just have everything that made Call of Duty what Call of Duty was in the first place. And the fact that it's running on the Modern Warfare 2 engine is actually a stroke of genius, actually, because Modern Warfare 2, like the game or not, actually, granted it started with COD 4, but Modern Warfare 2 really blew up in terms of the kind of popularity that Call of Duty ended up being. And Modern Warfare 2, as well as COD 4, of course, because it all started with COD 4. But Modern Warfare 2 really brought it to like that level, to where, wow, this is absolutely huge. So, and the thing is, right now, when you look at what players are playing today and how much things have changed today compared to the times of Modern Warfare 2, or even before then, there's just so many other games that are accessible right now. Free to play is becoming a big thing. Battle Royale is absolutely huge, very popular with the audience. A lot of people prefer those games, and it just seems as time goes on, the players that prefer arena type shooters or faster paced type of shooters, arcadey type of shooters, it seems that the number of those players is just not what it used to be. And you guys know how the development works and how the companies work. They go where the numbers are, and obviously once people saw the amount of success that Fortnite brought into the Battle Royale genre, it's like, okay, this is what people want, so if we want to capitalize on it, we got to make our own. And that's basically what it was. I mean, there was one point in time where some other games were copying a couple of things that Call of Duty did and put that into their games. Now, granted, for the most part, from what it seems, it didn't really work out that well, because no game did it quite like Call of Duty did, at least back in the day, when Call of Duty was in its prime, so to speak, in terms of popularity. And then sometime around the Black Ops 2 to the Advanced Warfare era, we started to see a decline, especially when Advanced Warfare came out, because we basically didn't see a player count. And if you have a higher player count in your game, obviously any publisher or developer will want to have that up there. And if it's low, it just doesn't make them look good or whatnot, or too conscious about it, or whatever it is, and they basically remove it. So at this point, ever since then, there's been some games that weren't received very well during their life cycle that are receiving a lot of love all these years later. For instance, Infinite Warfare is actually a very good example of this. I think there are two things that killed Infinite Warfare. The very first thing was timing. Because if Infinite Warfare came out before Black Ops 3 did, like let's say Infinite Warfare was to come out after Advanced Warfare, or who knows, even if Infinite Warfare came out before Advanced Warfare, I think Infinite Warfare would have been a lot more popular with the community. And on top of that, there was also the fact that, again, this is also about timing, is that when Infinite Warfare came out, people were ready to go back to boots on the ground. They had 2 years of advanced movement games in a row, and they were ready to go back to boots on the ground. And as a matter of fact, they were also hoping that Infinite Warfare would have created something, closer to home like Modern Warfare was. But obviously they didn't do that. So, but fast forward even all these years later, though, a lot of people are saying now that basically Infinite Warfare, that they consider Infinite Warfare to be a very good Call of Duty, and some people would put it in their top 3, and some people would say is the best. Now, granted, Infinite Warfare itself did a few things better than Black Ops 3 did, in my humble opinion, as well as, and vice versa. Black Ops 3 did a few things better than Infinite Warfare as well. So when you look at it from both sides, it's like both games were actually pretty solid when you look at the overall picture. But again, timing really ended up ruining a game. And also, there's also people's preference. So it was the combination of the timing as well as the fact that people were ready to move to boots back on the ground. So at this point in time, the biggest question is, what do players want? Now, there are some things that are very black and white, very cut and dry, very easy to see what players want, that are being ignored. Like, for instance, we want them to remove skill-based matchmaking / engagement optimization matchmaking. And at the same time, it's like, okay, like, with all these different opinions going across all sorts of varying Call of Duties, it's like, which do players prefer? And a lot of it just boils down to communication, but it's also about timing. And it just seems that at this point in time, and who knows, maybe ever, Call of Duty is just not where it's at anymore. Or there might be something in the future, whether it's in the name of Call of Duty, even though it might not play like Call of Duty did. Something else is going to come out, and that's going to be the big thing. There will come a time when Battle Royale is not going to be as popular as it once was or is currently. Sooner or later, that's bound to happen, unless they come up with some different version of it, and they can just change that completely, and people will fall in love with it or something like that. But at some point in time, it's going to change. So what do you guys think? Do you think that there's going to be some sort of love for the arcade first-person shooter type of game, and especially in terms of what it once was, that can actually resurrect what it once was? Or do you guys think it's unlikely to happen? Now, granted, it's also very safe to assume that it's unlikely to happen because of Activision. if it wasn't for Activision, and if it was just the developers that got to make all these decisions from a design standpoint and in terms of a programming standpoint, in terms of algorithms and stuff like that, and how the game is supposed to play compared to what's being put into the game currently and over the last few years in its current state, it's that in and of itself is enough to ruin it. I mean, imagine if Modern Warfare 2 were to come out today, but with the skill-based matchmaking or engagement optimization matchmaking. I mean, that would be absolute hell, and people would hate it. So, yeah, very interesting subject that in some ways is very easy, and then some other ways it's like kind of hard to tell. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, and that's all I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. See ya.